and we're going to introduce you to Julie. She joined us here in studio to talk about her book, Pocket Prayers for Young Professionals. So Julie, tell us a little bit about what made you decide to write this very handy book.
Well, when I was invited to write the book by the publisher, 23rd Publications, I immediately thought what a great concept it was. As I knew from some of my own experience as a young professional, there are just so many new experiences and joys and challenges that come about in a young professional's life. And we really thought that it was important to provide some spiritual support for them and to perhaps offer them ideas for the words to use to talk to God about everything that they're going through, whether it's good or bad.
Now the book's going on 2 years, but I hear a lot has happened for you. What's been going on?
Well, some good news that happened. I got married, so I guess some of those. Thank you. So I guess some of those relationship prayers in the book worked for me. But just on a more serious note, I find that I've started to take my own advice a little bit more as far as the book goes. You know, before I wrote it, I really preferred to pray to God in my mind using my own words, and I still do that. But I found that in the experience of writing the book, I found that just having some prayers to refer to was a good reminder of all the many occasions throughout the day and in my work experience that I could really invite God in to be more a part of my life. And I think that's important for so many young people, especially if they're not at a religiously oriented job. It's easy to kind of separate our work life from our faith life, but everything that we do is affected by our faith, and work is one of them.
Sure. And there's so many situations, too, that young professionals face. Like, at first I was thinking, how did she ever get to 100 prayers, right? But there are so many situations that a young person would encounter, friends moving, that kind of thing. You, of course, went through planning a wedding, so that structure is tremendous. How did you decide upon what situations to put in the book?
Well, it's interesting because at first you would think, oh my goodness, how would you come up with 100 prayers? But actually it was, I found that as I was thinking of all the different circumstances, the list came about pretty easily, and it was more a matter of what to leave out. There are just so many instances, from transitioning from college and looking for a first job to taking on that job, coping with stress, celebrating successes in the workplace, just so many different opportunities.
Yeah. I feel like, I don't know how old you are, but I feel like we're in the same age bracket, so I'm understanding everything you're saying about leaving college, that first job. It's really stressful, and I know that a lot of people out there are going to want to read this book. Where can people find out more about it and get involved with the whole prayer, praying about these kind of things? Because I know I want to know where to find out more.
Well, they can certainly find the book at the publisher's website, and that's 23rdpublications.com, 23rdpublications.com. They can also find it on Amazon or on Barnes & Noble online. So several options to choose from.
Now, I know you've got kids, Bonnie.
I do. I
think a lot of them. One of your son just bought a condo, right? So I'm sure that he can relate to a lot of these. I think you need to send out a couple copies.
That's for sure. Yeah, it needs to be parents of young professionals, because as you encounter, those situations, your parents and your friends and your loved ones are praying along with you, so this would be a good resource for folks for that as well.
Well, we certainly hope so.
Yes, definitely. Thank you so much, Julie, for coming in and talking about the book. This has been wonderful to hear you, and I am going to have to pick up one of those books, because I know there are some days when I'm walking around my house and I still haven't finished everything, even though we moved in 3 years ago. I just think I could use a prayer for this right now, just to keep me sane.
That's for sure, because there's so many different things that you encounter each and every day.
I know,
really, that's for sure.
So it's been helpful for you?
It has. I wrote the book for other people, but I find I've been using it myself, and just keeping it as a reminder of all the different opportunities there are to invite God into my day.
Sure.
Definitely.